Hello. Hopefully this is working now. All right. Maybe it looks like it's good now. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and get her started. I know I just sat there and stared at the screen for like 2 minutes. And if you're watching, please mention something in the chat, say hi, something just so I know you're here. If you have any questions, please type them in the comments below. I think maybe what would be easier for this class is to do a Zoom meeting, which is a conferencing system that it's free for everybody, and we could really benefit from that. And then I can put those meetings up on YouTube later for people to rewatch. But that way, it'll probably be a little bit easier to have someone ask questions, that sort of thing. Right now, again, if you're watching, put your just say something in the chat. If you have any questions, if you have something that you're struggling with, I'd really like to know what it is that you are. Hey Val, if you're struggling with something, I'd really like to know what it is. What I'm going to go over today is tags. I kind of talked about it yesterday in the team meeting, and I wanted to kind of go through how to create tags, how I use my tags, so that you can see, kind of get a kind of an idea if you're just like, I don't even know what to do. I really want to show people how to get that done. So yeah. So let me. Well, let's go ahead and dive right in here. So again, this is agent.kw.com. That's how you log in. You use your username and password that you've used for a lot of things. mykw.kw.com, agent.kw.com, kwconnect.com, all of them use the same login. So go ahead and log in and do that. Let me see. Also, these classes are going to be a lot shorter. People don't ask questions and people don't participate. So thank you for the 2 people that are watching. I appreciate it. But if you have questions, go ahead. Then it'll be longer. Otherwise, this could be 20, 30 minutes. So it'll be fine. So what I have here is I just have a couple of tester leads. And you can see here that I have them. I have this one tagged as fake lead. I have all 3 of these tagged as fake lead. This is one of the basic functions of command that you can use is the tagging system, and then also this is your smart view. This whole entire view right here is called a smart view, and right now my smart view is for training contacts because I didn't want to have all my actual contacts with their personal information out there on the web or whatever, so I just created this smart view so that I know that all of that information is protected. And I make this my default one so that if I ever come back or whatever, then it will be it just defaults to this one so that none of the personal information gets out there. But typically what I have it set up as, I have my smart view set up for the newest created contact is on top. That's how I have everything sorted, so that way when I log in first thing in the morning, I can see the newest created contacts. So whether it was a Facebook lead, a lead from one of my lead landing pages, or whatever it is. If I added a contact to my address book, because I have my iCloud account synced to Command, so that anytime I add a contact into my phone, it adds my contact into Command. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. So let's go in here. Let's talk about um, what were we talking about? Tags. Let's talk about tags here for a minute. So when you have a filter on right here, you can see that I have this filtered on by a custom tag called fake lead. That's just something that would be a lead that I just created. Sorry, I'm not sure why I'm yawning. I'm not tired at all. Um, yeah, so you can do a filter, and so this is how I use my tags. This is how I find the people that I'm looking for the quickest. So if I'm looking for just buyers, oops, I can select fake lead and buyers. So I'm always going to keep the fake lead in there because that will eliminate my real people showing up. But right now, only one of, oh no, it does both. So this is everybody who has a, let me see. So I'll just do this. This will be easy. Their names isn't that big of a deal. Um, so these are all of the leads who have a buyer tag. And then you can see I've also tagged some of them like this right here. This lady and this man here, they both called me based on a sign that I had out in the yard for sale. So I tagged those as sign leads. So that way I know how many leads my signs are generating. Every one of these people are buyers. Here's someone who came in through a Facebook Facebook ad. I also have them tagged as the system tags them as a lead, and I also tag them as a Facebook lead. Now, most of these with the L are Facebook leads. So again, it's a work in progress. Like this command system is always a work in progress. So yeah. So we always have to go in there, and you always have to touch everything. So now here I use this tag outside referral because Miss Phillips is a referral from an agent who is not from Keller Williams. That's how I have her tagged. And let's see, so Daniel here, he's a seller, but he's also a buyer. He wants to sell his house and buy a house. And he came in through the Jasmine Facebook. I created a landing page for my Jasmine listing, and I shared it out on Facebook, and I paid for an ad to share that out on Facebook. And he clicked the form, and I talked to him about that. So actually, I should take the L off because he is no longer. I can click this button right here, mark as a lead, and then when I go back to the contacts, we'll find that he no longer has the little L there. So I guess I'll have to go through later on and blur his information out. So yeah, so this is how I use my tags, and you can see that I have 136 contacts here that are tagged with the buyer lead, with the buyer tag. This one right here, this Alejandro came from Realtor.com. It was a lead that came in through Realtor.com, so I make sure that I tag them all. Let's see, Dustin Benita here. He's a vendor. He's also a seller, but I have him marked down as an allied resource. And an allied resource is somebody who could possibly be could feed you leads. So these are the vendors that you work with, people who contractors that you refer out to your sellers, your buyers when they're looking for work. Hopefully, you're referring them business, and they're also referring you business, because referrals should definitely work both ways. So I mark all of them as an allied resource when I have when I have them in my contacts. I have family. People who are I consider my family, I mark them as family. So that way I know that if I need to just send out something to my family, I can do that. So let's go in here and let's go back to filters. Let's take out the buyers. Let's just go back to the fake leads so I don't have to keep. Okay, let's just go back to contacts, and my default should be, there it is. Okay, so let's just go with John Smith here. So John Smith, you can see that I have him marked as a fake lead. That's my cell phone number, so I'm not giving out anybody. And then I hook myself up to a neighborhood here, and so when you go to edit your contact, you have this spot down here. It's called fake, or it's called fake lead. It's called tags. Let me make sure I'm zoomed out properly so that we can. Yeah. Okay. So this is where I've kind of talked about this before. Like 300 Club. That is the 300 Club is all of my past clients. They're all the people that I have done business with in the past. So here's one. The gray ones, the dark gray ones. Those are system generated. They're system generated tags. So you can't. I don't feel like you can edit them. You can't delete them. They're just the default tags in there. So look through those and try not to duplicate them. I did not realize this when I started doing my tags, that there were these default ones in there. I created a buyer tag, not realizing there was already one there, and I had added so many people to the buyer tag that I just felt that was not going to be in my best interest or my most. Maybe one day I'll do it, but it would just take a lot of time and effort to switch all of them over from my created tag to the listing tag. If you can bulk add tags, so let's just say you go through and you identify, you check 20 people in your list. You can go and do a bulk tag add, and then it'll add the same tag to everybody. So I guess I could go through and add all of my buyers, search by only buyers, and bulk add the gray system tag for buyers, and then go through and I'd have to one by one remove my created tag. So one day I'll get to that, but today is not that day for sure. So here are all the different ones. I have all the different vendor positions in there. I have them all tagged. So I have appraisers, lenders, title reps, and home inspectors, and pest inspections. So anybody who, because you come across as as your business gets more and more, you start doing more business with more people. So that is one thing to do. I also have an archive tag, because sometimes I go through and I see like 2 or 3 people. I'll see a bunch of people that I'm like, I don't really need these people in my contacts. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not really. I don't know, their old contacts, or their businesses. Sometimes I save business phone numbers in my account, like the bank or whatever, or a grocery store number that I call often to check on supplies or something like that. So I feel like I don't need those in my command. I'm not doing business with these people. They are not. Those are the non-essential numbers that I need. So I tag them with an archive when I'm getting like if I just come across one, I'll do it. I'll just delete it. But if I come across a whole bunch, I would want to tag them with an archive tag. I bulk add the archive tag, and then that allows me to go back in, search for just the archive tag, and then bulk archive them, so I can do them all in one fell swoop. So here's the bot tag. This is a system generated tag, and this is for people who have bought with you before. So that would be a past client. I use my own 300 Club tag for past clients, because it doesn't matter whether they bought or sold with me. I feel like they're still my past clients. So you can use that one if you want, but you can see I created a secondary buyer tag, which was my bad. Class 3, this is how I manage my students for getting their license. I use the class tag so that way it allows me to um, easily sort through them. I can send them emails and that sort of thing. If someone's in my downline, I can put them in my. I can say, hey, this person's in my downline. So if I want to email my, if I want to email or contact or text, my entire downline, I can do that. Oh, escrow officers. So if they're an escrow officer, they go in here. And if they are escrow, they go in here. Expired listings. I've had a couple of listings that expired that never renewed. So I keep them in. I can add that tag to them as they come around. So that way, if I ever want to, I can search by my expired listings and check them out and see what happened with them. Maybe hit them back up and say, hey, maybe now's the time. Maybe before wasn't the time, but now is. So I have family. I almost every time I create an ad in Facebook, I create a tag that corresponds with it so that I can tag them appropriately as new leads come in. I don't like. I want to know where every single one of my leads come from. It's how you track your numbers. It's how you figure out what's working for you and what's not. So if I have 50 Facebook leads, but I only have 10 Facebook ad leads, it's obviously I'm doing better with Facebook than I am whatever. So Google ad leads. Oh, if there's a handyman, there I go. I got home inspection. I use the Homekeeper app for my past clients. It helps keep me top of mind for them. It's a free app that I think that you can download and you can share it with your clients. And basically what it does is it allows you to categorize and list all of the contractors you use so that when you create, or so when you send it to like a seller, you say, hey, download this app. If you ever need a contractor, here's all the people that I know and love and I work with. And then it also allows you to put in the make and model number of all of your appliances, your thermostats, everything, and then it'll automatically download and store all the user manuals for those things so that they always have those things available to you. And then of course every month or every once a week it posts a blog and it posts on your behalf. I have those that they automatically post to my Facebook account, but then they also notify everybody in the app, and it makes them feel like I'm working really hard. But if they're a contractor who is already in my Homekeeper app, I make sure that I tag them as the Homekeeper app so that I can search for my vendors and look at all the ones that don't have the Homekeeper app, and then I can go through and add them. I only do it probably like twice a year, so it's not something that I do a lot, but that's how I plan on using them. If they're an investor, the Jasmine Facebook lead, that was the Jasmine landing page I did. I don't know what the Kelly tag is for. I didn't create that one, but I also have. So we have KW agent. So that means if they're any KW agent, they get this tag. KW outside referral. So if it's a Keller Williams referral from an outside office, that's how I tag it. If there's a local agent here that's from the Keller Williams Phelan office, I make sure I tag them. And then anybody who's associated with our office, I keep a KWVV tag, so that way I know that that's an agent here in this office. Lender, I also have the Market Center staff tagged in there. Someone who's my neighbor, I've talked about this 100 times before. I door knock my neighborhood, and I know these, I try to know these people. So anybody whose contact information I've gotten who is a neighbor, I mark them as a neighbor so that I can look at all my neighbors. I also try to mark the different states where maybe my sellers have gone, if they've sold and they moved out of state, or if an agent, if I have a referral partner, what I have a tag for is a referral partner. I can use a referral partner, and then I can say, oh, this referral partner is in Nevada. So I can search for all my referral partners, and then I know what state every one of them are in. So that way I don't have to. And these are all people that I got from KW Connect in the referral section. But once I've connected with them on KW Connect and added them to my command referral network, then I also add their phone number and name to my phone so that I can text them. If I get an open house lead, that's what they get tagged as. If it's an outside referral, I think maybe that one is. Let's see what I got for referral. Referral outside. Okay. So referral is from outside Keller Williams. Referral from my sphere. I can mark them as a sphere. So if a friend says, "Oh yeah, my buddy is gonna, it wants to add, wants to sell a house or whatever," then that's what I mark them as a referral from my sphere. If I get a referral from the up desk, then I mark that there. And if they are a referral partner, which is any agent outside of my area, basically, I mark them as a referral partner because they're someone who can either throw me leads because they're outside of my area, or I can throw them leads. So that's how I use referrals. So let's see. I scroll too fast. If you scroll too fast, it won't load all of them. Okay, let's cancel. Start it over again. Sometimes it can get a little hung up. So there it goes. Kelly outside. Okay, so where were we outside for? So pests. So if they're pests, if I know a property manager, I know a couple of them. So I tag them as a property manager. So if somebody calls me and says, "I'm looking for property management," I'm like, well, I don't do it, but here's the person that I do know who does do it and does it good. We just went through referrals. So refinance. So somebody calls me up and says, "Hey, I'd really like to refinance my house. Do you know what I could do?" Sure. Yeah. Here's a refinance partner. Looks like I have 2 renter tags in there, so I'm definitely going to have to get rid of one of those. Roofer, Route 66. So if I'm using Route 66, I will put them in there. If they're, if it's like Amy or Tony or something like that, they're the ones that tag there. There's 2 sellers because, again, just like buyer, I created my own seller tag, and then I realized that there was the default ones. So sign lead, sold. So this is if you sold their home before. If they were a seller, you sold them, then you can mark them sold. Sphere. A sphere, I feel like, is anybody that I kind of know that doesn't really have any other tag. They're not my family. Maybe they're not really close friends. Then they're just tagged sphere. Then I have my students, all the student things. Talent. This is someone who this would be an agent that I worked with that I found to be really, really good and who I'd really love to get into our market center because, we definitely want to expand. But also, like, I've worked with some agents who I absolutely believe that, they should be here in our market center. And so I mark them as talent. So that way I can follow up with them later on and see what they're. People who I know who do taxes, I put them in there. Test, apparently, maybe this is, a test lead. I don't know. Title rep, up desk lead. I guess those are kind of the same thing. So, and also like kind of a walk-in lead, but that's can be different. So just all of these different ways. Walmart. That is. I used to work for Walmart, so a lot of my contacts were people who work at Walmart. So if they worked at Walmart and they're a Walmart lead, then I put a Walmart there. Oh, here's one that I need to create. With lending, Dawn. So I hadn't created this one yet. So this is how you create a custom tag. So this will be pretty easy. You just type what you want it to say, and you have to type it exactly what you want it to say, because if, let's say, you did it all lowercase, but you don't want it to save that way, you need to type it all uppercase. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit specific right now. And then you just click on create a custom tag. And then, because you can see right here, you don't have the option to edit it right here, so you'd have to cancel, and you'd have to go back. Anyways, you have the choice to add a different color, make the tag a different color. I'm going to keep it orange because it'll fall in line with the other with lending. And that's it. You can add more information. Oh no, this is for the actual contact, because this is a little pop-up box. So this is still your normal contact, box here. So now we're going to just click on add. We've confirmed that this is the spelling that we want. This is the color of the tag we want. So there. So there's with lending, done. So now I know that this person is with lending and we're done. And then finally, I have a Yelp contact. So a Yelp contact is anybody who refer any person who's contacted me from Yelp. So again, we have Google, Facebook, Yelp. Actually, you know what I need to put? I need to put a YouTube because I have contacts. I have YouTube contacts that call me now. And I'm going to go ahead and make it red, and I'm going to click add. So now I have YouTube lead in there as well. So all your social media, if you're receiving leads or sources from them, you should definitely be putting a tag in there. So let's go ahead and we'll just save this. So let's go back to our contacts here, and then I'm going to talk about bulk. So let's just say I want all three of these guys, right? So right here you have this, once you have all of them selected, even if you only have two, as long as you have more than one selected, actually I guess that you still get bulk. As long as you have one, as long as you have at least one selected, you get bulk actions. And these are actions that you can take without going in and editing. So that's always nice. I have personally submitted a request for them to be able to add tags. I just want to be able to click right here and in this field and have this field be an editable field so that I can go in there and add my tags without having to bulk anything or without having to select anything or edit the contact. But let's just say I want to add you can add bulk tags right here. We're going to add bulk tags. So the tags I'm going to select, I'm going to add, let's just say, I don't know what tag to add. I'm trying to think one that they don't have already. I'm just going to add Kelly. I'm just going to add the Kelly tag to all of these, right? So it says I'm going to add the Kelly tag to Johnny Tester, John Smith, and Johnny Tester 2. So I'm going to make that Johnny Tester Jr. just so that I can discriminate between the two of them. Not discriminate, differentiate. So I'm going to hit submit. So that's it. And now the Kelly tag was added to all three of these guys. I'm going to go ahead and make this Johnny Chester Jr. Johnny Chester Jr. is on top of it. He's got his own email address and everything. So, and yes, that's a real email address that I use. Yeah, so there we go. So that's how you bulk add. And let's just say we want to get rid of John Smith, right? We can archive. We can mark it as lead, unmark it as lead, add to a smart plan, export contacts. We've got a bunch of different options here when you have them selected. Man, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm not breathing right. Oh, here we go. Let's look at deleting. So in order to edit your tags once you've got them in there, go into your settings, go up to your name, go into settings, and then on your command settings, go under contact, and here you have some contact settings. You can contact archive. So this is where I put all of my archives that I've archived. This is how I get to them. You go into the settings and then contact archive. You can wipe your complete database. I'm not going to click on it, but I'm pretty sure that there's hopefully some warnings to say, oh, we're not going to do this right now, or are you sure you want to do this? But right here is custom tags. So in custom tags, this is all of your tags. And then what's really cool is that it does allow you to show how many contacts are in each one. So created by right here is going to say, it doesn't say anything, I believe. Let's see if I can show 100, show all of them. Yeah, so it doesn't add your name in there, but if it is the system one, then it says is system. So, yeah, so there we go. So here we've got all of our different contacts and everything like that. So Kelly, so here's our 3 contacts. Let's see if we had any of them. Can we sort by tag name? Yep. Okay, so these should be in order right now. So I should be able to see. So I have 134 contacts in buyer. I could add all of these to the system and then, add them. So I'm definitely going to have to do that eventually. I was trying to look. I saw a duplicate. What did I have? Oh, renter. Okay, so I have a renter contact. So let's just go. There's one contact in each. You cannot delete. Um, you can't delete a tag until there's no contacts associated with it. So I'm just going to go in here to 1. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Wrong. Okay. Uh, well, here, I'm just going to search for a tag here so I don't have to keep doing this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into one of them and I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to change it to, let's just say purple. No, maybe not purple. I'm going to change it to black. Okay. So renter. So here we go. So now I'm going to take this contact. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to find out who this contact is. My filters are on, so I can't. Okay, so here's both of the contacts. And I'm going to take this one, I'm going to bulk add the contact, and I'm going to add renter, but I'm going to add the dark one, the gray one. And then I will go in here and I'm going to edit, and I'm just going to delete the old tag. Boom, there we go. So now this person only has the one. So they only have the one renter tag now. Going to contacts, going to custom tags. Now here, I'm going to search for renter again. Now the renter has 2 contacts and this one has other. So now I can bloop, delete it. So now I don't have duplicate renter tags. I honestly don't know how I got 2 of them anyways, but so I think that should be it for as far as I don't think I have any other duplicates other than the 2 duplicates buyer seller. Yep, that's pretty much it. So updesk and updesk leads, so you can see this updesk one doesn't have any context, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I don't need it. Walk-in lead, that's fine, because I would use updesk lead and walk-in lead at the same time, or updesk lead and call-in lead. Do I even have a call-in? See, so, I mean, I don't even know how many contacts I've gotten from call-ins, so that's, for me, I'm losing that data. I have no idea how many people who have called in via updesk lead. So I could probably look at all of the updesk leads that I have in here. And there's only 2, so clear. I mean, there's probably a lot of people in there that I've forgotten about because I have 800 contacts in here, and I probably don't even have 400 of them properly tagged yet. My goal is to have every single lead tagged. So I have 68 tags here, but I need a call in. I need a call in tag, and let's see. I have a contact who I know is a call in. Let me see if I can. No. There it is. So he's a seller, but he was also a call-in lead. And I don't have one of those yet, so I'm gonna make it yellow. The only way that I know to color them is just whatever color is not already in there, I just make that color. So eventually someone's going to have an all yellow all yellow leads, but yeah. So up desk lead. So he's going to get call in lead, up desk lead, seller. So that's that. So that's pretty much it. That's tags and a lot of different things that you can do with tags. You can one of the uses for this is if you create a custom smart plan and you only want certain people to go on that smart plan, you can take those contacts that you've tagged and sort or do a search by just the tag, and then add each one of those people to bulk add all of those people to one smart plan. You can bulk add up to 50 people at a time to a smart plan, and then you can do that as many times as you need. But other than that, I feel like it was a lot of fun. Hopefully, if you have any questions, you can always call me. You can give me a text. Let me see. Yeah. Email me if you'd like. BrianCollins@kw.com. My phone number is 760-694-5915. You can call or text me at that number. I think maybe next time we're going to do a Zoom meeting and see how that goes instead of this. Maybe we'll get a little bit more participation. So, thank you very much for those of you who watched, and I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.